to be very combative. You know,
exactly.
So the issue is that I wanted just to look also at some of the implications that we can look at the political implications of this and already the economic implications of this in the country. Because we know there is a blowback.
Right.
As we speak right now, I think, is it Bunia Airport has been now opened, is back to normalcy. So activities are bound now to be happening. It had been closed to try and contain what is currently happening. But we've seen truck drivers, you know, borders have been closed. It will have economic implications down the line. But looking at the political implications, especially for the current administration with this, because this could be sort of our Waterloo. People will try and see where are we really placing our interests, truly. Is it Kenyans first, or it is, you know, the other far-fetched peripheral, you know, entities outside the country that we are taking their keen interest and not our citizens in this country? What, from your own assessment, would be the political implications of this?
So thank you very much. I think now being in a political season, what you expect then is that you'll have an opposition having a field day. A field day with this. And in this case for them, they will simplify the messaging. They will reduce it to a case of the government of the day is bringing Ebola to Kenya. Simple. That is the message. If you look at the headlines, how they have been screaming, it's as simple as that. And I think for majority of Kenyans, they operate with the clickbait. Whatever appears, the details are lost. No one engages on this. And again, the nature of the conversation is technical. How many of our viewers or how many of our citizens knew about the 24 centers or the 23 centers that Professor has referred to? I don't think people are aware of that. So the new circle will be then that, oh, this is the first time we are setting in this and we are admitting Ebola patients and all those. So the opposition will definitely run with it, and you will have then, and which you are seeing at the moment is the government has to manage it. And I think for me, so far so good, the PS Health, FN Oluga has really been doing a lot of good for the government in trying to break down the message, make the citizens understand what is the net effect, what are we seeking to achieve, and what are the risk factors. So for the political purposes, it only comes at a wrong time, because this is the time where, when it comes to politics, it is about the sound bites. You know, in politics, you don't have a lot of airtime to discuss and to the way we can talk in such a forum. If you talk about a news item, when you run through, say, Rigathi Gachagua was in a place, he mentioned this. You saw quickly he had a statement, and then the statement goes out, and then every opposition in every rally, whether it's a Sifuna-led team, whether it's the Kalonzo-led team, that will be their talking point, maybe for the next 1 week or 2 weeks. Now, then the government will be in back foot, whereby they'll have to explain themselves. And I think for me, it's easier for the government to use the professionals in the sense of, for example, the PS, the CS, rather than politicians. Because there's a danger here. If you have the political team within the government then speaking, they may in a way even create more conversation that do not serve its interest, because the moment you speak about it, then the more the coverage, the more the conversation around it. But when you bring it, because for the government only needs to explain itself in terms of what are we seeking to achieve, what is the history of this. And I think it is an opportunity for the government to sell what are the strategies that are in place if this happens. I think what has been missing in the communication, especially from the government, has been Kenyans are exposed in one way or another by virtue that we have a direct trade line with DR Congo. Our port, Mombasa port, is one of the major arteries towards being a transport corridor, goes to the heartland of Central Africa, specifically Eastern DRC. They all pass through here. And the people running this would be 75% Kenyans, whether the truck drivers, the boys, or even the technical personnel. So I feel that is the missing opportunity for it, if they can twist it, because the opposition will just make it simple that we are bringing Ebola to the country. But the government can then come back and say, would we sit back and wait? How about if we get the first instance, if we get the first case, what are the levels of preparedness? Would we wait for how we suffered during the COVID time? Because it took us off guard, and it was a question of running after what can be done. So on the political aspect, That would be the kind of a thing. Lastly, when it comes to the political condition around this, our politics is very cyclic. This will be a news item that will run for a week or so,
already
until something happens.
Yes. So to the ground.
Until something, until something bigger happens. You just need one more thing, and that is actually even the stories. Actually, if you look at the social media, even World Cup lineups are now taking a bit of time, 30-40% of limelight. Who is going, who is not going?
Very true.
Timings about the World Cup matches.
Yes.
What time will they be? So for the political messaging, it's a short window. I suspect as we go to the weekend, that will be the high of it, and then.
But have you noticed the way also? Yeah, the political tone and tenor also has really gone down. Yeah, so no more vocals, no more 2 times, 1 time sloganeering that we can hear.
Because now we are getting into the whatever the real political space. The reason why you don't see this sloganeering is because each of the teams are deep into now crafting teams. Because the government, led by the president, has to look as to how do they craft a team that will carry the majority of what was the remnant of the Raila ODM and new entrants. The opposition is lost in the question of who is the candidate and who is not the candidate.
Yeah, we'll come to
and actually for the opposition, the worst bit is that the emergence of Sifuna. What happens?
All right. Good question. Yeah, still on it, because the government has to come out very clear on this.
Right.
The opposition, they've been given a powder keg. It's blowing up on their face. And we can see, they always say that a lie will travel half around the world, yeah, before truth puts on their shoes. So the reaction of the government also on this was quite slow on the uptake, if you may say so, because they've let all this, bad wagons run away with the issue before